In this round, I'm rolling with Shahan again. Shahan is a white belt at the Academy. You could go back over the last year and see how he's improved. I have 2 other videos with him on the channel. I'll put the links in the description. But he is a smaller player, and he's a bit of an inverter. And he's got a lot of technical knowledge. He really does a good job. I was watching my last video with him, and even back then I was saying he was close to blue belt, and that was February. So that was a long time ago. And he recently earned his blue belt. So I'll be making another video with him at blue belt, and this is his last roll as a white belt. But it's hard to be casual with him because he's so technical and strong for his size. He's a relatively young man. No gray hair. But as you can see, this is a typical game that I play. I'm looking for the Kimura or to control that right arm. So I have a 2-on-1. He's not going to be able to overpower both of my arms with his arm. So I'm always looking to push it back into the Kimura. It's always a threat. So there I have his leg hooked. He tried to kick it off. And I just used it to very casually sweep him. As you can see, I have my left hand cupping his knee. And I'm looking to push him over in that direction with as little effort as possible. Now, if this was a competition or I was just looking to win, I would put a lot more effort. So as you can see, I almost had the Kimura there. He really had to defend. He's using a lot of strength to defend that because his right arm is in an disadvantageous, is that a word? Position. My arms are close to my body. It's easier for me structurally to hold that arm back and to push it back into the Kimura. And I know eventually I could wear it out and it'll become easier. So I have my right knee in. I'm looking for the sweep. I'm threatening the sweep or the Kimura. So there he did a good job. He put his head back in front. Now I'm using his sleeve to stop him from grabbing me. Again, I just want to put as little effort into it as possible. Because I feel the technique is there. So there I was able to control his arm and sweep him over with the butterfly sweep. He's really fighting hard. So he popped back up. He's looking to pass my guard. He's in the same position now. So again, I have his collar and his sleeve, and I'm looking to sweep. He's keeping his hips back, so it's a bit of a stalemate. But even as a stalemate, I'm slowly sweeping him over. So it didn't look explosive, it didn't look fancy, but I went from bottom to top with very subtle movement. He's got a great guard. Smaller players usually do, but he's a bit of a guard specialist. He's really flexible. He's good at inverting, and he's technical. So here I'm trying to casually pass his guard. I'd also like to mention I'm a little bit out of jiu-jitsu shape. I'm never a high-level athlete, but I usually have enough cardio to not tire during a roll, but the last few weeks I haven't been training as much. My father's in the hospital. It's my busy season. I'm a photographer, so I've been working. And that baseline of jiu-jitsu that I need is, I fell below it a little bit. But train when you can. That's life. We're not professional jiu-jitsu players. And if it means I'm only going to get there once or twice a week for a couple of weeks, then so be it. But to keep your game up and to see advancement, you really do need 3 to 4 times a week. plus study on your own. So here I'm looking to control his foot. He's grabbing my collar. He plays butterfly guard. I was watching him against some of the other guys at the gym, and he was really running a clinic on some people. I wasn't this good when I was a white belt. Well, I was eventually after 3 years, but not in the early stages. So here he's looking to come in and make his hooks underneath my thighs so he could sweep me. But I have wrist control. I'm not being as offensive as I normally would be. Plus, this is a 12-minute round. We're rolling 2 6-minute rounds and through the break. So it's a 13-minute round. So here I'm looking to just twist him, grab his knee, turn his body, and pass his guard. Gi is a bit of a stalemate at times, and that's why people say it's not exciting. And it might not be exciting to watch, but it's definitely exciting to train in the gi. It took me a long time to come to that conclusion because I was a no-gi player for my first few years. But there's a certain technicality that you develop with the gi, and there's different options with the collar chokes. If it's something I'm going to do for the rest of my life, I might as well become proficient. So he's got a 2-on-1 sleeve grip. He's trying to drag my arm across. He's got his foot on my waist. He's looking to come up. There's some furious hand fighting there. So there I looked to threaten the ankle lock, and when he slipped it out, I went to the aoki. But it really was just a threat because now he's not going to feel so comfortable leaving his leg there. So here I'm looking to grab his foot and possibly push it back into a toe hold finish. Now I'm pulling it into a possible leg entry, which he sensed and resisted. So I'm testing the perimeter. I thought we were out of the range of the camera there. So we're resetting. I want to give him his grips back. So again, he's looking for this arm drag. So I'm looking forward to our next roll. It'll be his first roll as a blue belt. So here I'm going to start pressuring the pass a little bit. As you can see, I have his legs scooped, and I'm just going to incrementally push his knees by. Again, I could explode by here. I could jump all over the place. Maybe the pass will come a lot easier. But it'll be at the risk of kneeing him in the head or getting elbowed in the face. So I could really fully control him in a slow, incremental manner. So here I'm going back to that pass. As you can see, I have my right leg. I tried to hook his left leg and peel that hook off, but he was able to get back to a knee shield position. I love Gordon Ryan's concept of draping yourself over your partner and pressuring him the whole time, just leaning on him, just wearing him out. So even if he does manage to get back to a butterfly guard, he's exerted a lot of effort. I'm at the point now when the round ends, I just look at who exerted the most effort. If I come out of a round and I'm having trouble breathing and I went really hard and I tried to match somebody's pace, I'm always a little disappointed in myself. We all have an ego and we have to control it. It's not a bad thing. But like anything else, it needs to be controlled. And the ego's sneaky and it takes away your control without you realizing it. It's like when you're jealous of somebody. You don't realize you're jealous. But you're saying, oh, I don't like this person because of this, this, and that. And then you say, oh, wait a minute, am I jealous? So it's the same thing. You have to be able to identify these mind toxins. So here it looked like he was trying to set up like a spider guard. Now, people have been asking for gi rolls, and that was another reason I posted this. I made sure it was a gi roll today. So here I'm giving him a little bit of advice on how to drag the elbow across the center line and get to the back. So I gave him closed guard again. We're going to reset. You know, now I know he's going to do that, but I would know anyway. And what I do is I try to sink my elbow in. But what I'm trying to show him is there's always a different attack. So if I resist too much one way, there's something the other way. And also, when he pulls my arm across the center line, he needs to pull his body around to get to my back. And with the gi, you can grab material, use that to pull yourself around. So even though there's friction with the gi, there's times where you have a grip that you could never have in no gi. So there's a give and take. So here I'm looking to just keep his posture broken as he tries to sit up. And I'm showing him again the lesson that I just explained, that you have to move yourself to your partner's back. You can't just drag them by. You have to drag them by while moving yourself, like a yin-yang swirl. So here I have, ooh, that was cool. I was going for the Tariando pass. He tried to spin away. I went to north-south. I'm holding up his elbows so he can't get his elbows to the mat. I want to pick him up in that position and go for a choke. Also, it makes it hard for him to re-engage his legs and get his guard back. So this was a 13-minute out-of-shape round for me. He was finally able to spin and get up. I returned him to the mat and went to and he was able to spin and get his knee back in. So it was a great exchange. More to come with Shahan. Congrats on his blue belt. If you find value in my content, you want to help support the channel, I have an X-Marshal link in the description, or you could buy me a coffee. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe.